Hello there, I'm RG. My next internet art film is called The Masked Man. It is a superhero type internet art film. Here's the thing, I kind of want something different from all the other internet art films that I've made, but I don't want to make the same type of superhero stories that I've seen before. Some of the most weaker superhero stories, the B form stories, I think they try to convince you for them to be too believable. I'm not interested in it being believable. I'm interested in it being visually interesting. I'm not interested in running around saying, I'm the Masked Man. You know, it's not that sort of thing. To me, it's easy to just put on the costume and then run around in the superhero costume and beat up on the bad guys and whisper a couple of cliche words and so forth and so on, or basically make a joke of it from start to finish. It's really easy to do that. And as a filmmaker, I challenge myself. It's not so much about the audience, it's challenging myself. I want to challenge myself to make something visually interesting, and not to make it believable, but make it interesting to look at. You know, if people think it's believable, then that's them. But that's not my challenge. You know, as a filmmaker, I have to challenge myself in everything that I do, or else I get bored. And in this particular internet art film, I'm challenged by the visualization of it. Yes, I want the story to be interesting, and I want the characters to be visually interesting. The most interesting of the villains, I believe, will be the character Dr. Hideous. All the other characters will kind of be right behind him, then fade. There will be probably the very last will probably be a little shallow compared to Dr. Hideous. But Dr. Hideous will be the most interesting visual character of all the villains in this particular internet art film. I want it to be interesting to look at. I wouldn't say I want the film to be good, because I'm really not interested if people like the film in itself, but I'm interested in if it's interesting to look at. I really get a kick when people tell me something of the fact that they could follow the storyline. They thought it was interesting. You know, you can, film, any movie will have its good pieces and bad pieces. The thing is will it keep your interest? Will you be interested visually in looking at it? I know there's a lot of films today are just, for me, looking at them, they're just almost straight out dull and boring. And I think that's because they're visually not interesting to look at. Okay, I'm not saying that the film is not going to have any special effects or anything like that, or that I'm about making a film about a lot of special effects. That's not the aim here either. You know, it's not all about special effects and stuff. It's actually about how to put the film together. I sit around and rest because I want to know how I'm going to put the next internet art film together. And in this particular, The Masked Man, I have some couple ideas that I'm working on, some techniques that I have been developing throughout the months, year, whatever. One of them I call the visual 3D image motion design. I'm going to use this particular technology to make this film visually interesting. There's another one that I have been working on for about as long as I have the script itself. It's some old technology and some new technology and some ideas thrown, blended in together. And I call this the Advanced Intro Projection Camera Effect. Short, I call that A-piece. It's a technology that I'm going to use in this particular film that's going to give me a wide range of tooling ideas. You know, I'm not a lot into just digital effects. I like to have get my hands on it and tinker with it. If I can tinker with something and bring it into a scene or existing, to me, that challenges my creativity. I'm not It's not neither yes or no or bad or good. It's all about the challenge of the creativity. If I'm not challenged by creativity, I don't see no reason why I'm even messing around with it. Those are the things I just want to just kind of mention. You know, as I rest and recuperate from making the movie, my internet art film, Rio Comanche, I'm taking it easy right now and reflect, empty myself, but yet reflect on the things that I've already done, and then let these things come through to me that challenges me as a filmmaker. And like I said, I've been working on this idea for over 2 years. It's based on a comic book that I wrote back in 1980s, in the 80s, I should say. I made probably 20, I think about 50 issues that I can remember. I only have probably a handful of those issues left, you know, due to life-changing things. And I always wanted to make a film, you know, one film at least, you know, of this particular character. You know, there's possibility I might make two. You know, I have two ideas, you know, for the Masked Man, but I have one for sure film, without a doubt. And that's the one I want to bring about, is that particular internet art film. The Masked Man. This is going to be an interesting film. And I hope that you enjoy it as an interesting film once I'm done with it. Regardless whether it's good or bad, whatever, but interesting to look at is what I'm aiming for. If you've not seen any of my films, stop by my website, or this website. Check out one. You ain't gotta look at all of them, just one. I hope to be done with this film, or it should be done around March of next year. The Masked Man, an RG internet art film. We'll see you later.